Good. We can see people joining in. And before we start, let us talk something about ABSC Analytics. Though we have been promoting, and now people know us in Africa and India, still it is my duty to talk about the company, talk about its plan, talk about its vision. Before that, ABSC Analytics is a registered company in India. We are registered with the Government of India, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, in the name of Anup Business Statistic Consultancy Private Limited, which we established in 2020. And we were working online because of the COVID, because of the pandemic. And we started setting up in 2022. And now we are completely set up. And now we have started our business. We have started the training part in India and Africa. And soon we'll be visiting Africa. We'll be visiting Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, Ethiopia, and some other countries with two objectives. One, to register a company in these countries. Second, to make association or partnership with some companies in these countries so that they represent ABSC Analytics and they are the face of ABSC Analytics in these countries. So maybe in February, you'll see me there and I'll be meeting all of you in a seminar in all these countries very soon. In the meantime, we wanted, as our objective has been very, very clear, we are trying to encourage people. We are trying to support people, the students and the professionals in learning, in growing, and taking up some of these jobs which are universally demanded, and data science being the one is universally demanded today. People are investing a lot in the technology, but people are not investing in upscaling the resources. So who will read the data? Who will analyze the data? Who will generate the data? And who will give the business solution if only we are investing in technology, but we don't have resources to read them? That is why I thought not everyone, not every professional can invest big money in learning. If not everyone can invest big money in learning, where will the other people go? Where will the other people go? Hence, we thought we will take this initiative in India and Africa to develop the resources, especially those people who cannot afford big money, but they are serious learners. They are very passionate learners. They want to grow. That's why ABSC Analytics is with you. And we are committed. Let me assure you that ABSC Analytics is a registered company in India, and we will soon register ourselves in other countries of Africa to start with. We have a plan, we have a vision to grow in many other countries, including Europe and US, but we will go in phases. We want to go step by step. Africa is my passion because I've stayed there for 9 years. I'm well connected with people of Africa. Hence, Africa is my preference. Africa is my privilege. And I'm honored to be part of Africa. And that's why I keep on saying Africa, Africa, Africa. We are talking about data science, machine learning. Can you see my screen? Can you all see the screen?
Yes, we see the screen.
Good. Let's talk about data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data analysis, a number of terms that we have been hearing in the last 2 years. We are confused. What is data science? What is machine learning? What is artificial intelligence? What is data analysis? What is data re-engineering? What is data processing? Too many words. Don't get confused. Just don't get confused. I will clarify everything. In a nutshell, it's all about processing or understanding the data. Earlier, what was happening? It's not that we are not working with data. We are working data. Today also we are working data. Every moment we talk is data. Everything we eat is data.
Can't hear anything, or it's only me.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear now.
Okay, good. So everything we talk, everything that we eat, every business, every transaction we make is data. And there's nothing new. We are not doing it for the first day. We have been doing it for years. Then what is the difference? Why does data has become such a big hype in the market? This is because of two reasons. Because the internet coming in, a lot of data is being generated now last, let's say 5 to 6 years. E-commerce. So as the business is increasing, as it is scaling up, it is becoming difficult to handle the data. Hence, what happened? A lot of tools came into picture. A lot of technology got integrated. A lot of algorithms came into picture. So this started becoming more and more important. Earlier, we were more reactive. We were buying a product, then we were giving a review. Today, we are reading the review, then buying a product. We have become more proactive. We have become more predictive. The people learning IT, people working on the Google Cloud platforms, Azure, data lakes, BigQuery, Bigtable, they all are handling data. But that is different from data science. What you're handling on the Google Cloud platforms, you're only handling the data, what is being supplied to you, but you are not understanding what is being supplied to you. That is the difference. Data science tells you what the data is all about. Why I'm saying this? Because if you supply dirty data, unclean data, it is garbage in, garbage out. No client wants poor insight of the performance. No client wants poor dashboards. Who will clean the data? Who will analyze the data? Who will say that this data is not good? Who will say that this performance is not good? Who will say that the prediction is not good? Who can say that this forecasting is bad? Who will say that? It is a data scientist. We are taught to handle big data using different platforms like Python or Azure ML, and number of statistical tools, but the most popular ones are Python, RStudio, Azure, and there may be a couple of others. Let us understand this. Big data everywhere. Yes. In our offices, when you use Access, when you're using Excel, further you move to Access. Why do you move to Access? Because you are handling bigger data. On Excel, you're handling a smaller data. Excel cannot handle big data. When I say big data, what is the definition? Data with maybe million rows. Data with maybe 200, 500,000 rows. Data maybe with 50 columns, 100 columns, 200 columns. Not all the tools can, not Excel cannot handle it. That's why we move to SQL. Then we move to BigQuery. There are, in other words, as the data increases, we are changing the tools. That is part of handling the data. Again, I come back. How do you analyze the data? How do you find a pattern in data? How do you forecast? How do you predict? That is the magic which we teach, which we train you on. That is data science. Running a Python code, running RStudio, trust me, it is like Excel. You will learn within 10 days, 15 days. That is not a magic. The miracle is when you start understanding the outcome from Python, you start understanding the statistics from RStudio or the Azure, and you start giving a right solution to your business. You start giving a forecasting with good accuracy. You start providing 5 models to your business. Say, boss, this is the right model. If this model works well with the business, I think we can make good money, or we can increase the customer satisfaction. So it's all about predicting, it's all about measurement, it's all about improvement using different statistical tools, different parameters, different tunes. And that's where the data science, the data analysis comes to picture. Now, I will also explain to you the different stages of data science, which we have designed, and that is our USP that's designed by us. Big data facts, definition of big data, tech and tools, data science skills and career path. Big, small, or just complex data. Guys, trust me, every data value has revenue and customer satisfaction hidden in it. Do you have the skill to reveal the pattern? That is data science. Can you analyze what the customers are trying to say, where the revenue loss is? That is the analysis. How many ways we can get the accuracy or find the right accuracy, right forecast is the machine learning. We are training the machine, but who's training the machine? It's you, the human being. It's me. The machine cannot train the machine. You have to learn to first train the machine. If you put in unclean data, if you put in garbage, the machine will throw garbage. And your business, your boss will not be happy. You will tell your boss, our forecast, we are going to make $2 billion next year. If your analysis as a data scientist is not correct, and if the business fails, you're responsible. Hence, we teach you data science to improve your performance, improve the business performance. Complex data, because as the data increases, as the volume of data increases, it becomes very complex. You cannot handle with Excel. You cannot handle it manually. You start using statistical platforms like Python or to start training your models, to start getting the answers simplified. You cannot handle big data in a small way. But it's not tough. Trust me, it's not tough. You don't need to be an IT guy. You don't need to be a coder. You don't need to be a mathematician. You don't need to be a statistician to learn the data science. We all are talking, we all are learning data every day. We have learned average, we have learned median, we have learned box plot, histogram. If you know these two basic tools, your half the problem is solved. You don't need to be a coder, or people have this perception, I'm not from IT background, I'm not from mathematics background, I'm not from statistics background. Please remove this from your mind. That's not required. What is required is a clear thought process. What is required? A commitment to practice with real data. What is required? The hard work. What is required is the understanding of your business. If I'm in my business, I understand my business. You are in your business, you understand your business. Once you get experience with large data, you will start understanding all the businesses. Today, let's say I'm in the business of supply chain. Tomorrow, I want to move to domain of logistics or IT. This doesn't mean you cannot understand the data. It is like you're driving a car, you're driving a Mercedes, or you're driving a Corrado. There may be a change in the gear system. There may be a change in a little bit in the brake system, but the driving pattern is same. The approach doesn't change. So this is what happens in different domains. Once you understand data, it doesn't matter what domain you are in. It doesn't matter where you move. You go to mining, you go to fishing, you go to agriculture, you go to oil and gas, you move to banking, you move to telecom, data remains data. The approach of analysis cannot change. Statistics cannot change. The formula cannot change. The formula of median cannot change. The formula of box plot or the outliers cannot change. What changes is the business domain, which comes with a little bit of experience. So don't take data science as a rocket science. Please keep it simple. I take it very simple. It is just the hard work in the beginning that you have to put in. Working with large volume of heterogeneous data can lead to confusion and very high cost. What is happening now? Let me explain. As I said, your companies, they are investing a huge money in technology. I was a consultant to a very big bank in Nigeria. And the banks have invested big money in the technology, in the automation. Trust me, what they have not done, they did not invest in the resources. So they're not be able to understand the data. They are generating data every second, but they're not being able to study the data. So what is the use of investing so much money? So once you learn data science, once we train you on understanding the data, you are the ones who will be joining these banks. You are the ones who will be joining these telecom companies. You are the ones who will be joining the oil and gas. You are the ones who will be joining the fishery and the mining. If you don't join them, they will go on investing money, but the unemployment will go on increasing because they will not have people to study the pattern of the data. Hence, that's one reason, because I know Africa very well. I know India very well. And that's the reason ABSC Analytics is trying to encourage people, trying to motivate people to learn and take up those jobs in banking, telecom, supply chain, logistics, in countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and Ethiopia, many other countries. I was talking to someone in Zambia and Nigeria and also Sierra Leone. We know about the mining. Mining is a big industry over there. Nobody is exploring the correlation of data science and mining. Let me tell you, when I start training you, I will tell you how mining has a strong correlation with data science. But because they don't have the skill set, they are not being able to deploy these technologies or the data science into mining, fishing, agriculture, many other industries. Hence, it is important for you to learn, grow in a year or so, take up these jobs. Else, we will go on talking about data science, but we are not taking a step. We are not taking a bold step, bold decision to move ahead in life. And that is our weakness. We should move ahead. We should take a bold decision. Money might become a challenge in the beginning, but trust me, once you take a bold decision, God is with us. God helps everyone. Money doesn't become a problem, and I'm with you. ABSC Analytics is with you. I promise I will not let money become a roadblock for you. Once I'm committed, I promise something, I do it. You can ask my people from in Nigeria, my people in Ghana, Rwanda, many other countries where I've stayed. I always wanted to deliver something good to the customers. Customer satisfaction, good NPS. I could not do it because I was an employee. I had limitations. Today, I'm an employer. I know what decisions to make. I know how to keep my customers happy, and I'm determined to do it. It's my decision. As long as my customers are happy, to make my customers happy, I will take such decisions, even if I have to bear some loss in my business. I'm okay. But customer satisfaction is my vision, has been my passion. And that's why I'm encouraging students to take up the jobs and move to the market. Big data is not an end, rather it must be means to the optimization, which we will talk. We will talk how it becomes optimization. Optimization of resources, optimization of solutions. Everything needs to be optimized. Only when your resources are optimized, you start seeing a bigger revenue. You start seeing a bigger profit. You start seeing a bigger growth in you. Your increment, your own appraisal. Data plays a critical role for every business, but we don't have that skill set right now. We are lacking this skill set. Who will study? Who will look at this data? It's we, you and me. This is something very interesting. The devil is in the details. We often don't dirty our hands. Every day we receive some emails from the offices with a lot of attachments, with a lot of reports. Trust me, maybe only 5% of the people, not even 5%, only 5% of the people open the data. Because we don't open the data, because we don't dirty our hands, we are not being able to see the problem inside. That is because we are not data centric. We speak more of English. When we go for reviews, we are talking in English. We are not looking at the numbers. That's a failure. I want you to move to the boardroom, move to the training room and talk with data rather than English. We are already good at English. But our bosses are not interested in listening to our English. They are more interested in seeing numbers. And that will come when you become a data scientist, when you become a data analyst. Only then you'll be able to speak numbers with forecasting, with prediction. Start small for an effective big picture. Whenever we start the training, whenever I start the training, I always start small. Go step by step. I cannot throw you directly into the sea. That, okay, this is a big data, start working on it. No. First, there has to be a small data which we need to analyze. We need to train your mind. We need to train your hands. We need to train your skill. We need to polish you. Once you're a little polished, we give you bigger data, then we give you your data of your domain. If you're in a bank, we will train you on your banking data. If you're in oil and gas, we train you on your oil and gas data. We start training on the industry data. But start small. What normally people do, what I have observed, they will go to Coursera, they will go to many other online modules, and they will start coding, copying and coding Python, R, and they think that they have learned. No, it doesn't. You need a mentor. You need a guide in the beginning. Someone needs to hold your hand. Trust me, someone needs to hold your hand. Only then you'll be able to move to the online or unsupervised learning. Initially, you need to be trained by an industry expert. You need to be trained by a learned mentor. If you get into too many online modules, it will not help you. And that's how it is. Involving business owners and experts will reduce cost and generate actionable results. When we learn data science or any tool, the stakeholder management is very important. If you're a data scientist, you cannot say that just because I'm a data scientist, I can do the entire project. I'm sorry, that it doesn't happen that way. You have to collaborate with your other functions. You have to collaborate with the business owners. Because the essence, the elements of business has to come into the data. Data will show you what the business is doing. And you have to coordinate with the stakeholders to get the insights, to get the truth. Hence, when we train you, we just don't train you on data science. We conduct a lot of workshops on stakeholder management, communication skill, collaborating with other functions, advanced Excel, soft skill, so that when you go for an interview, you go as a complete package. Just normally what happens, let's say you have learned data science. and you're going for an interview. You are good at data science, but then you're not a good, the company observes that you're not a good team builder. You don't have the good stakeholder management skill, your soft skill. What happens? You get rejected. So when we train you as a package. We train you with a lot of additional workshops. So that when you go face the interview, you face it boldly with all the add-on skills. Building blocks of data factory. Manage core business, manage reference master data, position data governance as business function, enable data integration using standards. So when you're working on data, it is not that you're working on data. It is a collaborative work. It is a function of many departments. It is a function of many factors. Had it been so easy, everyone would have moved to quality department or quality assurance department or MIS or analytics. But it's not easy. People say that we can learn data science in 3 months, and I'm saying no, don't even try that. Within 3 months, you will get the D of data science. It's just the basic. Within 6 months, you will come to little level saying, yes, now I know what models are, what statistical tools are, how I can present a solution to the business. If you go with 1 year, that is where you say, yes, I'm a graduate. 1 year diploma means you are ready to move to the market, you're ready to face the real data of the industries, not the academic one. Within 3 to 6 months, you will learn the academic data. You will not be able to handle the real data. So what happens if you just go for 3 to 6 months or 4 months? When you move to the industry, you will face challenges. When you go for 1 year course, you are well hands-on with a lot of assignment, a lot of projects in hand. You know what happens in the industry. You know how it works in the industry. You know the diplomacy of offices. You know the corporate politics. You know the stakeholder management. You also know how to build a report. You also know how to present the report with data. You also know how to present 5 solutions for one process, one business. You have to tell the management that out of these 5 solutions, you must go with the third one, and you must go with the second one. Why? Because of so reasons. And this is not English, this is all about your statistical models will tell you this, not the English. Hence, it's very important to devote time, go slow, but go steady. Data sources, this we will learn. There are so many sources of data, which we all know, but the idea is not to have so many sources of data. Idea is how to study the data, how to analyze the data, what to do with the data, how much data to look at, what should I do with the data, how to present the data. That's data science. That's analysis. Now, when we talk about machine learning, what is machine learning? Machine is what? The computer. We talk about the computer. What happens? Let's say you have a big data and a business needs solution for improvement. In machine learning, can you see the whiteboard? Can you see the whiteboard?
Yes, we see it.
Okay. What happens in machine learning? This is called okay. Can you just make it thinner? Okay. There's something, we have been hearing machine learning. What is machine learning? When you start having big data in your hand, you cannot handle with Excel. The machine you need to start training. The machine starts learning the models. And let me give you an example. Let's give a very live example. Let's say we have a football team in our college or university. And we are training the football team. When a football team comes on the ground at 5 in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, with shoes, socks, shorts, t-shirt, with certain, with breakfast, eggs, bread, whatever. Everyone is coming in the same pattern, same, breakfast, shoes, socks, 5 o'clock. Every day you are practicing. What is happening? You are learning. You are getting trained. Now suddenly, what happens? You have to test. How do you test? You play a match, you play a game with another, maybe university, you win or lose, that is a testing, how well you have been trained. When you are testing, maybe you are testing it within the university. You are playing with another house, another team to test yourself. What is the real test? The litmus test is when you are playing with another university. Whether you win or lose, that is the real test of the model, and how well you have been trained. This is what happens in the data. You put in the data give the data to machine, and you use algorithms. You use different algorithms to train our data. You can use algorithm 1, algorithm 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8, 9, 10. You're training a data with different tools. Each tool has its own features, own power, own characteristics. All are different. All the tools are different. We don't know which tool will give the best result. The result comes based on the type of data that you have put in, which you cannot handle with Excel or hand. When you're training a data with 5 algorithms, or when you're training a football team with 5 different coaches, each coach might give you a different result. Which coach is giving you the best result will depend when you're testing it with another university. If you find that this team or this coach is the best coach, you select that model and you are using it for business. This is what happens with different algorithms. This is what happens in the machine learning. You're training your data with different algorithms. And then based on different measures, you see which is the best solution for the business. And that is the skill of a data scientist. Coding on Python is not the skill of a data scientist. Python is giving you the codes. Writing formula on Excel is not the skill of a data scientist. On Excel, this Bill Gates has already given you everything. What is your skill? What is the skill of a data scientist? To understand whether the given data is right. How do we redefine the data? How do we refine the data? How do we purify the data before putting in the machine learning, before giving it to the coach? It means, if I relate with the example, if you give your coach 10 people or 12 people to coach a football team, that it is a duty of the coach to identify whether these people are fit or not. If the coach goes with those 12 people who you have given, the coach will fail. It's garbage in, garbage out. So what is the job of a coach? The coach has to identify whether these 12 people, they fit all the criteria of playing football. That is a data scientist. If the university says these are 15 people, train them, and if these 15 people they don't meet the criteria, they're not fit, the coach will definitely fail. The coach has to reject over there. No, I need different people. So this is what is the role of a data scientist. Whatever the data is coming in, you have to check whether the data is good or not, but how you can transform the data. Hold on. This does not mean that you will go and tell the business boss, your data is not good, no, I can't do anything. No, there are 10 ways to transform a data. There are ways to refine the data. There are ways to correct the data. There are ways to generate synthetic data. There are ways to add data to the data. There are ways to impute missing values. You may come across in the real world data that 60% of your data is missing. Can you go and tell the client or your boss, you don't have data, how can I work? No, you have to impute data. You have to generate synthetic data. And there are tools to do this, which I will train you upon. It is not easy the way we think, but again, it's not a rocket science the way we perceive. Your perception has to change first. You have to bring a confidence in your mind that data science is not a rocket science. But again, it's not bed of roses. That you come within 3 months, you say, I'm expert, give me a job. Sorry. You have to work very hard with me. You have to work really hard with me. You have to work very hard on the assignments and the projects to understand the meaning of tools, to understand the definition of tools, to understand each and every measure. You work hard for 3 months, trust me, 4th month, you'll be confident and you will say, Anup, I understand everything now. It's a matter of first 3 months, you put in the hard work. 4th month, trust me, nobody can stop you from going for a good job in the market. Today, the market doesn't have the data science skill set. They are hiring people from different countries. People are working from different countries, for Nigeria, for Ghana, for Kenya, for India. But our own people, we are not trained. Why? Because the market is very, very expensive. I can't afford. Now, when a company like ABSC Analytics goes ahead, people should start showing interest. We are not money-minded. We are working with an intention to motivate, to encourage people. And that's what I can say. Data tools, don't get nervous, don't get into panic state. Python, Excel, Handhold, Java, Script, Tableau, Ruby, SQL, n number of tools are there. You don't need to learn everything. But what happens when you go to the market? One company says that we use Python. Another company says that we use R Studio. Another company says we use Azure ML. What happens? You are confused because you have learned everything on Python. That company doesn't use it. They're expecting you to know Python, but you know R. So what have we done? We are training you on everything. Can I have the data science? The script, the brochure. No problem. So we are exposing you on R, Python, Minitab, Excel, Azure ML, and many other statistical platforms, so that when you go for an interview, you don't say that I don't know this. You are exposed to everything. You will master one or two, depending on your skill set, depending on your passion. Depending on your passion, you will choose one or two. Because don't try to learn everything together. Please don't do that. You'll be totally confused. First master one, go with another one. We will handhold you. What is our approach of training? We are not asking you to do self-paced study, study on your own, come back. No. 90% of the entire module you will have live session with us, live session, the way we are having now. You see the board, you see the camera, we have put in the best technology to make it, we are recording the screen. Entire screen is getting recorded. Immediately, it will be sent to you. We have put in the best camera, we put in the best, most interactive smart board, so that there's no difference between the online and offline. We are with you for 90% of the sessions, we are live with you, live. We are giving you mentors, we are giving you guides for assignments. We are not leaving you alone. We are hand-holding you at every stage of the program. We are hand-holding you for every quiz. We will have good discussions. We will groom you for the interviews. You will make business presentations. You will make big reports, which is required by the companies. You will learn with us to present a report. You have done the assignments. You have learned the tools. But the question is, when you're going to present the solution, you must know how to read the data. You must know how to present the solution to the business. We are with you. We are hand-holding you there also. So we are not leaving you in one corner by saying that you learn on your own. Sorry. We can't do that. We have taken a very, very practical approach. Because many times I know you are working. When you are working, you cannot spend time. Hence, we are doing the assignments with you during the classes, during the sessions. We are discussing the quiz with you during the session. We are grooming you. We are doing the workshop with you when you are here in the session at the weekends. In all probability, we have the sessions on all the sessions during Friday, Saturday, Sunday, long hours. Any other day, maybe evening hours. But we will have around 90% of the training will be through live sessions. Plus, you will get the recordings immediately. In case you are missing the classes, you will get your recordings immediately. Plus, we have 24/7 support. You can put in your queries. We will either call you or we will answer you immediately through our learning platform. We have a very advanced learning platform where you can put in your assignments, you can put in quizzes, you can put in your queries, and we will answer you. The business analyst importance. I mean, I cannot count the importance in the organization, the business. If you're a business analyst or a data scientist, people are looking for you. People are waiting for you. People are ready to hug you. They're, wow, we've seen a data scientist. Please work on my data. Please give us a solution. Please find a good solution. Please tell us how to forecast the revenue. Please increase the customer satisfaction. Trust me, people are waiting for you in the market. The organizations, including India, many other countries, the organization, they are hiring from different countries. It's like remote working, or they're coming to your countries as expats. They're coming to your countries as expats. Why should an expat enter your country to work? They should enter, they should train you, move out. But why? Why I should enter, why I should go to Nigeria and work for 9 years or 8 years? Why should an American come to India to work for 10 years, 12 years? Why? Why can't we have our own skill set? That's what I realized when I was in Nigeria for 8 to 9 years. I realized that once I go back to India, I will give back my learning. I will transfer the knowledge to my people of Nigeria, people of Ghana, Kenya, wherever I've stayed. And that is my promise, that was promised to myself, which somehow I managed to set up my business. It was not easy. I'm trying to set up my entire business. And I said, okay, whatever I promised, I will try to fulfill. And that's what I'm doing. Salary. Trust me, I'm not joking, and I'm not flattering you. I'm not exaggerating what I'm saying. But the salary moves from 100 to 200%, 300%. Once you gain the skill and you're good at it, people are ready to accept you and they're ready to offer you with an increment of let's say 100%, 150%, 200%. Nobody can stop you. I've seen people in India. I've seen it for myself. Forget India, I've seen it for myself. I'm in a position because I've been in this field for 20 years. In the field of data, I'm a certified Six Sigma black belt. I'm a graduate in data science. And I have seen this for myself. I thought if I have the skill set, but the market doesn't have the skill set, why should I start? Why should I continue to work? Why should I remain an employee? I must become an employer now because this is my skill set. And that's why when I saw that there's scarcity of this skill set in the market, I thought, let me set up my own business. I cannot continue to work. And this is what you will do after 3 years, 4 years. You will become a consultant somewhere. You will open your own consultancy. But only if you take a bold step, only if you take a step ahead, only then you will do it. Else we will keep thinking, we'll keep planning, we'll keep deciding, but nothing will happen. And we will keep on, we will not grow. We'll say, we are happy with what we are. These are some of the graphics, so don't get into this. We will learn all these things. The data skills, business, machine learning, big data, maths, programming, statistics. These are things we will be learning. These are the things which we'll be learning. This is what we'll be learning. This is what we'll be learning. They are not tough. Trust me, the way we train, we make it very easy. The first thing is don't put too much in the mind. Make your mind easy. Let it get into a comfort zone. It's all in the mind. If you take data science as a rocket science, for you it's a rocket science. For me, it is a very, very simple mathematics. I don't take it as a rocket science. Why? Every problem in life cannot be solved through data science and Six Sigma, please. There are problems in life which can be solved in a very simple manner. You don't need to utilize too many tools. We are looking at the social media every day. Hope the net is on. We are looking at the social media every day. This is big data. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, the big data. Who's analyzing it? We need people to analyze the data of Facebook. Your data role versus skill set. As you grow, let's say you're a beginner, you're a student, first you become a data analyst. You start to learn how to analyze the data. Then you move to the data re-engineering, how to refine the data, how to transform a data, how to create, how to generate synthetic data. Then you move to a different role, let's say business analytics. Then when you get into the machine learning, when you get into too many algorithms, that's where you get into the data science. When beyond that, when you start deploying your models with the software, that is the artificial intelligence. That is when you get into too deep learning, that is artificial intelligence. But once you are very clear with the analyst part and the, let's say, re-engineering part, data re-engineering part, all your hurdles are over. All your hurdles are over, your basics are clear, you start running. You start only walking and jogging in the first 3 months. You face challenges in the first 3 months because it becomes a little technical. After 3 months, once your basics are clear, the concepts are clear, you do 2 assignments, then your machine learning, artificial intelligence, they are your tips. You get into autopilot mode. Then it's more about understanding how to analyze the solution, how to study the algorithms. And we know predictive modeling, optimization, data visualization, data mining, query and reporting, simulation, your natural language text. There are a number of things we do with data. Healthcare, very, very important from data science point of view. Countries like Nigeria, where you have oil and gas, you have supply, you have logistic, very useful. Country like, let's say, Zambia, where you have mining, very useful. Fishing, agriculture, very useful. Here, read this. This is 2015. It has gone at least 3 to 4 times. Now, by 2025, we are in billions. The data science or analytics consultancy is a big market, big market. But what is happening? We don't have the skill set. The demand is here, the supply is here. That is why people who are getting into this job, they're getting big money. Because the demand is here, supply is here. So they're getting big money. So we will learn more and more as we, so maybe, by, I think tomorrow or day after, we will have another session. I will train you on some of the algorithms which will give you open your, which will give you some insights that how it works. So any question you have so far? I think we are having some power issue or something, some disconnection somewhere. Is it disconnected? Okay. Any questions so far? Anything that you want to ask, you have in mind, I'm ready to answer you. Please go ahead.
Sorry, may I ask you?
Yeah, please.
Yes, this is where I'm asking on the data tools. We have a number of those data tools, the SQL, R, Python, Excel, Java, and so many. And then you have said it's not necessary, you have to know all the tools. You just have to pick some of them, then you will be doing your job very well. So these are the programming language, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think all have the same features which are capable to do all some of the data analysis and the whatever kind of want to manipulate with the data.
Okay.
For instance, SQL, is it if you know Python, you don't have to know any features which is in the SQL.
Okay, let me first differentiate. Your SQL is not a statistical tool. It is more of aligning or organizing the data. Python or RStudio, they are statistical tools. They tell you the pattern of data. They tell you how we make models out of the data. You understand? So, for instance, today, people completing IT, they are very good at SQL. They're very good at BigQuery. They can organize the data. They can read the data through the SQL, but they cannot make models. Now, what this data is talking about, what this data can do, how this data can do wonders for you, they cannot do it. This is the job of a data scientist or an analyst. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? Please ask questions.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so this is Dr. Phillips from Nigeria. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So a voice is coming over. Okay, so my question is, so you let's say.
Hello. Can you please speak?
I was muted. Okay, so now can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, good. So your proposition that folks that are working different space, different group, professional career group, should take this up. So my question is now career transition and what is doable. So you are already established in a career and then you develop this skill. when the job comes, what do you foresee, or what has been your experience seeing? Are they able to manage the career they've built and just take this as a hands-on, or the job comes and then need that they now focus on data analysis or data analytics part of the job, and then migrate from what they built up career-wise that was not that was in a different professional focus other than data? Yes, sir.
Excellent question. Very genuine question. Very valid question. I was telling you that data science is not a different field. Data is in every business. Wherever you're working, you are definitely working on some data. The difference is you may not working at a very scalable data. You may maybe working in a company which is not very data oriented. This data has to be integrated with your existing skill set. I mean, I know that there's nothing known as a data science field as a separate field. If I'm in IT, if I know MySQL, if I know BigQuery, or if I am in a logistic, or if I'm in a contact center, or if I'm in a BPO, I'm in a bank, all these companies are working with data. Once you add the skill set to your existing skill, your company will move you to the department where data holds great importance. Secondly, we are tying up with companies in different countries where we identify your skill set, we are adding data science as an add-on, and then we are asking you to move there or the company because they require you. Today, I have requirement for big companies for data scientists integrated with many IT skills.
Okay.
Because those companies, those people, they know all the Google Cloud platform, they know all the cloud platforms, but they are not being able to understand the data. So they're asking us to integrate the skill set, and immediately they are giving a good increment in the salary. So don't take this as a separate field. Integrate it with your existing skill set. Ask your company to move your department or move out and move where your skill set matches with the data science. Is this clear?
Okay. Yeah, very clear. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Next question, please. Next question.
Yes, Mr. Anup, sir.
Yeah.
Like the question that Dr. Philip just asked is like you are suggesting that one can integrate this new skill set together with the existing job function without necessarily have to migrate from current job function. If one can make the current employer to see the need in the current business, is that what you're trying to say, sir?
Yeah. So, see, as I said, not all companies are data oriented. Not all companies are data centric, because the statistics say that 80% of the companies don't work with data. Only 20% of the companies work with data. Once you integrate this data skill set, you have a better, you have a higher hand on the company, either to move to the department or you move to a bigger company which is utilizing analytics. And there are n number of companies which have gone into analytics. N number of companies, we can't count them. So you are actually upskilling yourself, not to stick with a smaller company where you're working. You are upskilling yourself to move to a much higher, bigger company, because you need to grow. If you don't upskill yourself, you will stay with the smaller company forever, because neither the company is growing nor are you growing. So do you want to wait for your growth, or do you want to stay small with a smaller company? That is your choice. Next question. Or should we close it for the day? Maybe we will have another session.
No. Are you through with the presentation, sir? Are you through with the presentation?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I noticed, at least I got a notification that a cohort of students or a cohort of class is starting February. How many cohorts? How many cohorts do you kick off on an annual basis?
See, in a batch, I will have maybe 20 to 25 people. Okay.
Okay.
But now, yeah, very honestly, let me be very, very honest. The way I have announced the scholarship, trust me, I'm still wondering how I'm going to manage the expenses of my trainees, my trainers, everything. However, if I've taken a decision, I've taken a decision. I cannot go back on this. So for this, trust me, I need at least 100 people to join the training so that I'll be able to manage the operational cost. Just manage the operational cost. I'm not talking about profit. Okay. So at least I need 100 people. I need at least 100 people to join the training, and we will be dividing it into three to four batches. The 100 people will be divided into 3 to 4 batches.
Okay.
And we'll be having different trainers aligned to these batches. But at least you people need to help us to give us at least 100 people so that I can, whatever I've committed for the scholarship of 60%, I'll only able to meet if I get 100 people. Trust me. Otherwise, it becomes we'll start bleeding. Trust me, we'll start bleeding. And I don't want to compromise with the quality. I'm very determined.
Okay. How much are we talking?
Sorry?
How much is this going to be?
So, see, I have already sent you the fee. I had announced the original fee on the webinar. Now, whatever the fee that we announced, we are giving you 60% off, 60% scholarship on that fee. And please, we will forward the fee again for different countries. And you can see the fee and take 60% as scholarship for the students.
Okay.
60% off.
And so with the scholarship, are you expecting the student to pay immediately or pay full, or they can still have it installment?
There are certain steps, First, we need to see the CV. We need to analyze the CV. And then we will capture the information. We will share offer letter with all the details. Then we will share a payment link. And people, they can make payments in 2 to 3 installments. Okay, which is mentioned on the plan. I've seen there are students. I cannot ask you to make entire payment in one go. Okay, I totally understand.
Okay.
So you can make the payment in 2 to 3 installments, which I have mentioned in the sheet. The first down payment, then the first installment, second installment. And as I said, overall, I'm ready. We are ready. We are willing to support you. We are willing to cooperate with you. We are willing to remove all your roadblocks. Okay, I have only one thing to request from you. Just work hard with me. Okay? Just work hard with me so that you get a good job. And when you get a good job, that is the biggest happiness for us, and that is the biggest growth for us.
Okay, sir. So continue, sir. I have a last question before.
Yeah. So, when I visit Nigeria, when I visit Kenya, Ghana next month, and I'm just waiting, just planning for my visa. So we'll meet face to face, and we'll get to know each other much better.
Okay, sir. Please. So the last question is this: education background wise, what will you say will be the minimum? I'm talking from perspective of being a father and having kids. So what will you say will be the minimum educational level of a student that you want to take up to participate in this?
Yeah. So you need to at least be, you should have passed class 12, grade 12, high school.
Okay.
Not necessarily you don't need to be a graduate, but see, if you have passed class 12 or grade 12, but if you have some experience, it will be better for you. Okay. But if you're a student of first year university, second year or third year, fourth year, you're welcome to join. Why I'm saying this? If you learn now, actually you're taking steps ahead. You're preparing yourself for future. Otherwise, after passing out the university without any technical skill, you'll be hunting for jobs, and then it'll be a sad scene again. So if you're in university, please start learning now, start growing now, so that you have taken 2 steps ahead for your future. You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll reach out to you privately.
Yeah, please do encourage other students. Okay, do motivate them and tell them that we are there. Our ABSC Analytics is with them. Right? And we will have another session tomorrow. We will send the link. We'll be talking about the tools that we'll be using and how we use those tools and how we study the pattern of data. I'll be just having one 1 hour session to give a feel of data science. Okay. Right, guys? Thank you so much for your time. And it was wonderful talking to you, meeting you. And take care.
May I ask you a question, Mr. Arnold? Sorry, please.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I have heard about the field of data engineering. How is
Okay.
it related to data science and data analytics here? I
Okay.
know you the distinction between data science and analytics, but how about the data engineer?
Okay. As I said, who does the data engineering? Let's say you have done SQL, you know data lakes, you know some cloud platforms where, or you know some pipelines where the data is being passed, data is being supplied to you, and you are making different, let's say dashboards, or you're manipulating the data, or you're re-engineering the data, you are presenting the data. However, the data, what does data science do? Data science is a check mechanism that before you put the data into the SQL or BigQuery or big table, is the data right? Is the data having missing values? If it is, how are you imputing the missing value? Does the data have outliers? Does it have extreme values? It's going to affect your solution. It's going to affect your models. So how do you treat the outliers? How do you find pattern data? How are you going to optimize the variables? How are you going to remove the multipolarity? So there are n number of steps and check mechanism that a data scientist or a data analyst does before you start, supplying the data to for data engineering. And this is where the skill set is missing right now. Data engineers are there, n number of engineers are there, SQL, BigQuery, everything, but they are not being able to analyze the data. They are not being able to analyze the data before supplying to MySQL or for the engineering. Is this clear?
Well, not quite, but I'm in the flow anyway.
Maybe we will talk one-on-one. I will explain to you more, when we have more sessions.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll discuss again. We'll talk again. We'll have more demo sessions. And we are starting the batch from 4th of February. So, as I said, we need,
Sorry, what dates in February? What dates in February? What dates in February?
4th of February, that's Saturday.
Okay.
First Saturday of February.
That's barely 2 weeks' time.
Sorry?
That's barely 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. So, but as I said, in order to offer this scholarship, it's a big scholarship. Trust me, I've taken a decision. In order to offer this scholarship, I need at least 100 people to join the training, which we will divide into 4 batches and we will continue. Please, it's my request, support us and support your own country, support your people, and please ask them to join us. You can trust us, and this is my commitment. Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.